episode of Buck Sweet Sports Podcast Live, presented to us here at Buck Sweet Sports Podcast. Got Coach Brandon Maynard with me today, representing them Union Spartans. Hopefully, we'll have BB joining us a little bit. But man, just wanted to go live. It's been about 2 weeks since our last live show, so we wanted to go live real quick and give you some spring sports updates. And of course, you already see it, man. It's NFL draft day. I got representing my Packers today, so might talk a little bit about that and a couple local guys that we may be having may see getting drafted this weekend. So once again, man, appreciate everyone joining us. Feel free to leave us a comment. Anything you guys want to talk about, questions, shout out your school, shout out your players if you're a parent. Live here on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And once again, man, just said, man, appreciate y'all joining us. Coach, man, how you doing?
Good man, good man. Just trying to over this injury right now.
Oh yeah. And just like that, we lost them. Oh man. Hey, hopefully everyone can hear us all right. Hold up. We got them back. Hey, hey, as soon as you start talking, boom, dropped you.
Okay, yeah, man. Just sitting here, get ready for football, man. This draft, we ain't had no football in a while, so it's kind of like sharks smelling blood, man. We ready for some football, and yeah, man, being at the house bored with this injury, this Achilles. So I'm excited to be back. Excited for another season of the podcast, and these people out here in Wallace, where you right down the road where I live at, they ready for it. Everywhere I go, man, it's hey, you from Buck Sweet? You from Buck Sweet?
Hey,
So
that's what I like to see.
they
That's what
ready
I like to hear right
for the
there.
new season of Buck Sweet. And, this high school football season, I'm ready.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, look, like we were talking
Atmosphere.
about 2 weeks
I,
ago with when I had Coach Juan up here, man. I They said it hit February, and I was ready to go, man. I already had that that itch, so definitely ready for football, and definitely love to hear people recognizing you from the podcast, man. That's what we like to see, man. We got a lot of love out there in Dukeman County, man. Appreciate all of them. Like I said, man, everybody listening, everybody watching, appreciate you. Feel free to share the video, like the video. If you haven't subscribed to our social media pages on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, or X. Uh, you can look us up, Buck Sweet Sports Podcast. We're up there. Um, like I said, feel free to comment, man. Any questions, comments, anything you guys want to hear us talk about and discuss. That's why we do the live shows. We like to engage with all of our our followers and the listeners. So please feel free, man. Like I said, we're gonna do a little spring sports recap here. Trying to stay on top of baseball and softball for y'all. Like I said, um, man, a big weekend for a couple of the SAC six teams here in the area. Talking as far as baseball goes, Midway, Clinton, and West Bladen are having some outstanding seasons right now, and it's really coming down to the wire. And if someone in the comments can help me out as far as baseball goes, how's the tiebreakers? Is the tiebreaker anything like football? Are they doing a coin flip or are they going off a strength of schedule? Just let me know as far as determining who the regular season champion is. Because if you look in the SAC six, West Bladen, Midway, and Clinton all had the same conference record, and it's crazy because all three of them they basically split with each other. So I don't know how they go as far as determining who the regular season conference champion is, or if they do a coin flip or whatever, or if they make them all co-champions. Somebody let me know. Like I said, I'm a little novice when it comes to baseball. I mean, I normally pay attention, but I'm not, really too far in it. But like I said, all three of those teams have had outstanding seasons. Um, all should do very well in the postseason. So, and I'm guessing they have a conference tournament. Brandon, Coach, if the baseball
Uh,
teams have
I
baseball, I know Carolina, the Carolina 1A has a conference tournament because they posted the brackets for baseball and softball, but I don't know if everyone does it.
I to be honest with you, we got some football players that's on the baseball team, but I've been so focused on, spring workouts and,
Yeah,
you know, getting these defensive calls down pat. So I really haven't really paid attention to the baseball scene. Um,
I got
I
you.
see him. I see him in the hallways and stuff, but I really ain't asking anything.
I got you. Yeah, anyone that really is up on baseball, man, help us out. Like I said, definitely let me see what we got here. We got some comments on Instagram. Somebody has something to say. Let me see. Uh, so if they're going, dude, I guess maybe they go by total runs scored maybe. Let me see. JT Helper is saying he plays for West Bladen. He said since we beat when they split with Midway and Clem, but we scored more runs than them in the wins. If we went out against Red Springs the last two games, they said they win conference. So I guess that's how they do it. I appreciate that because I had no idea. I need to say normally, I know in the past football and stuff they've done coin flips and they've gone off a strength of schedule and sometimes if they even awarded co-champs. So appreciate that answer, man. Like I said, I had no idea how they got it done. But like I said, shout out to all three of those schools having an outstanding season and on the baseball diamond. Uh, Transition to Sac Six Southball. Not as competitive, man. It's midway softball and a runaway. They've had an outstanding season. Highly highly ranked team, number one team in the 2A East, according to Max Preps. Only lost two games this season. One of those games they lost to Scotland, who's ranked number four in the entire state, and another they lost to Richlands, who's a top ranked team in 3A. So I mean, Midway Rated softball they've handling business, and they're definitely going to be a team that's looking to contend for a 2A title in softball. Let's see. And then JT said, "Don't quote me on that." I got you, man. Like I said, I'm just looking for a little bit of clarification as far as like I said, all three Midway, West Bladen and Clinton, outstanding season. So man, everybody's doing their thing, and it's good for the local area, man. We like to see all our teams in Bladen, Sampson, and Duplin County doing well. Um, Moving on to the Carolina 1A real quick. It's looking like basically Rosewood and North Dukeland and sitting there at the top. Um, Shout out to Hopton. Hopton's had a pretty solid season, 14-7, 6-4 overall. Lakewood 7-13, 4-6 in the conference. Moving on to softball, pretty much the same thing, man. Rosewood and North Dukeland up top. Looks like those will be the teams that will really contend for that conference title in the Carolina 1A. Hopton 6-13, 3-5. Lakewood 5-10-1, 3-5 in conference. Um, Moving to the East Central, some of our Duplin County teams. Uh, Shout out to East Duplin baseball, man. I was a week late finding out about it, but East Duplin baseball had had two big wins, back-to-back wins over Northland, a really strong Northland North team last week. So shout out to them. They're currently sitting third in the conference. But when it comes to the baseball and softball, man, those Lenore County teams pretty much got it on lock. South Lenore, North Lenore. and that's basically who's leading the conference in both softball and baseball. That's let me I don't want to leave out my other Bladen County team. That's East Bladen. Let me check them out real quick. But like I said, man, anybody has any comments, any questions, hit us up in the chat. We'll talk about it. If you're listening, man, shout out to school. Shout out to if you're a parent, shout out to player. Always want to recognize our outstanding student athletes in the area doing big things. Don't want to leave out my Bladen County folks, man. So let me look up East Bladen real quick. I didn't pull up their what they got going on. I know they had a really good weekend over the Easter, participating in the tournament. East Bladen baseball. East Bladen Eagles. East Bladen is sitting at 10-9, 75 in the conference, fourth place. Let me pull up softball real quick. East Bladen softball. East Bladen softball sitting at 7-7, 6-6, third in the conference. So, like I said, overall, man, just like I said, just like in basketball, a lot of solid teams in the area, man. So I think a lot of uh, believe a lot of our teams are going to make pretty good runs in this upcoming playoffs for baseball and softball. But that's basically all I got for some of our spring sports right now. Like I said, I've been trying to be a little bit more proactive when it comes. I know y'all wanted a lot of people wanted to see some more baseball and softball action. So trying to. Somebody asked about James Keenan's schedule. Hey man, I've been waiting too. I've been waiting too. Wallace just released theirs this past week, so I'm hoping someone could get me James Keenan's 2006 schedule soon, so I could go ahead and make a visual real quick. But since y'all brought that up, man, we'll go ahead and pull up Wallace's schedule, man. I want to talk about it. We got that's Wallace Rose Hill. Just dropped their football schedule for the 2025 season.
Good grief.
Uh, and some people say, man, it's kind of not normally we're used to Wallace taking on some couple of bigger schools in non-conference play, taking on like a Havelock or Hoggard. They've played schools like Leesville, Wake Forest in the past. But yeah, they kind of kept it a little simple this time, but still a tough schedule, man. Starting the season off against county rival East Duplin, that's going to be a big game. Always a big game. East Duplin is going to be a really solid football team this year, so that's going to be a really, really good game to start the season off with. That game against Kinston, if you're following the page, man, I made a post about Kinston last night, man. Kinston's going to be, I think Kinston's going to be a really good team this year. They return probably maybe the best, quarterback wide receiver tandem in the East, with Tyler Jones and Tyreek Copper. So that game against Wallace week 2, man, that's gonna be must see TV, man. Like I said, Kinston kind of turned some heads this past season. Played pretty tough against James Keenan and Wallace, who were the top of that conference. But I'm expecting Kinston to turn some heads this year, man. So definitely keep an eye out on. But that game week 2 is gonna be good. Of course, I'm a dark horse, man. So September 5th, taking on Clan. That's always a big game, man. That's uh always one to circle. Hoping for a much better Clan football team this upcoming season. But that's always a big time matchup. So looking forward to that. Taking on Penner, played a really tough, really good. That was a good game this past season. Still wondering why Pender decided to throw the ball before halftime, which I feel like that kind of really gave Wallace a lot of momentum going into the locker room, man. But yeah, that's always a good game, man. Uh, Not sure exactly how good, how much Pender really graduated a lot of offense last year, losing Jeremiah Johnson. So we'll see how they recover. But that's always a good game. Then they get to conference play. Goldsboro, Princeton, Midway, Spring Creek, Rosewood, and of course that season finale game against uh, that Dupin County Civil War, man. That game against James King, that's going to be a big one. Looking at their conference, I talked about it before in my way too early conference predictions. I feel like that. It's no disrespect to any other teams, man, but I feel like that's a two team race there in that the newly named Swine Valley Conference. So um, yeah, that's so always a solid schedule for Wallace Rose Hill, man. Looking forward to seeing what those Bulldogs do. But as far as James Keenan, man, hopefully they're dropping the schedule soon, and I can go ahead and make a visual. But yeah, man, like me and Coach was talking about earlier, man, just counting down the days, really looking forward to it. Um, yeah, before we know, man, I mean, a lot of teams are kicking off spring practices this week, so we're getting closer, man. We're getting closer. So before you know it, man, August is gonna be here, and we're gonna do hey, Friday Night Lights. I love it. Like I said, any other questions, anything anybody wants to talk about? Like I said, feel free to chat it up with us. Yeah, let me go to the chat, man, and of course go do say go Pack go. Yeah, I hear you, brother. Hey, I'm ready, man. NFL draft's gonna kick off in about probably about an hour. It starts at 8, but they gotta do the whole pregame, pre-show, talking before the pick starting. Packers ain't picking till 23, so I got some time, but yeah, definitely looking forward to it. And good segue into talking about we got we got a couple local athletes that hopefully have a chance to get drafted to the NFL this weekend. Made a posted about it earlier. Um, I know one that's probably not going to have to wait too long. That's Omarion Hampton from Cleveland High School. When the UNC big time running back. He's a guy that's definitely probably going definitely going in the first round tonight. But we got man. Shout out to Robeson County, man. Robeson County got a couple guys. Let me pull up those guys' names real quick. Uh, but I mean, it's stuff like this is good to see, man. All you athletes out there watching, man, you can see it, man. These guys are coming from small towns, um, basically walking in the same shoes that you guys have walked in. And it just goes to show, man, it doesn't, if you're good enough, man, and you put the work in, you'll have an opportunity to to take that step. So let me pull these guys' names up real quick. Once again, man, appreciate everyone for listening in. Like I said, man, any comments, questions, anything you guys want to hear us talk about, please feel free, man. Hopefully, let's see, I don't know if Coach got cut off or what. But I know he was busy. He was busy in a practice. So hopefully, the rest of my guys can join us as soon as they get a chance. But let me pull this stuff up. Gotcha. And I know I probably missed a couple guys, especially like up there in like the Raleigh area and stuff. But I kind of wanted to focus on some of the guys, you know, down here from this area, smaller towns and stuff. But Jordan Waters from Fairmont went to Duke, went to NC State. Chandler Brayboy, Pernell Sweat, coming out of Elon, small school, but like I said, those are guys that can really come up and surprise you. Michael Todd, coming out of Lumberton High School. I already talked about Omari Hampton from Cleveland, and Nashad Strother from Havelock. So just a couple of local couple names. I know it's probably some more. I believe there was an article on High School T that kind of broke down like everybody from the like a lot of the guys in the entire state that are in the draft this weekend. So, like I said, man, for you players out there listening, man, like these guys, I mean, these are small, not these aren't huge schools, man. These are small towns. These are, this Johnson County, Lenore County, Robeson County. Um, so I mean, like I said, man, it doesn't matter where you come from, man. If you put in that work, and you're good enough, man. You'll have opportunity. So it's, like I said, it's always cool to see, man. I always room for them, guys from the local area to hopefully live out that NFL dream, man. That's a big time. Hopefully, once the draft starts, I can give you guys some live reactions. Of course, I don't think I'm pretty sure everyone knows who the first two picks are going to be. I think the draft really starts after the number two pick. Then we'll really get to see what's going on. But like I said, man, any comments? Who y'all want to see your team's draft tonight? I know me personally, talking about the Packers, uh, and I'll be happy with. I'm kind of feeling like I'm feeling a Mecca Ibuka out of Ohio State. Even if we not necessarily at 23, I feel like depending on how the board sets up, man, we might trade back. He's more of a late first round, second round wide receiver, but trade back, get a couple extra picks, and still get a really, really solid wide receiver, a guy that you could really plug and play right then and there, or somebody like a Derek Harmon, somebody because I mean Kenny Clark ain't getting no younger, so I'll be happy with anything like that. I mean, even if we traded up, and got somebody like a Will Johnson, we still don't know exactly what we want to do with Jair Alexander. That's still kind of up in the air. But just I know wide receiver, uh, help with on the D line, and that secondary are probably some of our biggest needs. But that's just me as a Packer fan. But man, shout out to your NFL team, man. Who y'all want to see y'all get drafted tonight? Said, let me real quick. Let me. I've got some questions. Hold up. Got thoughts on North Duplin this year. Um, North Duplin, depending on how how they rebuild their line, man. They have one of the best running backs, if not one of the. I mean, probably this kid's probably underrated, grossly underrated, man. Correll Phillips out of North Duplin, number 21, probably the fastest running back, one of the fastest running backs I got to watch last season. A guy that's probably not getting, like I said, underrated, man. He's probably not getting talked about enough. Um, really, really carried that team. They're going to go as far as he can take them, man. One thing that's kind of holding North Duplin back, their inability to, they got to establish some type of. I mean, it's not they ain't got to throw the ball, 20, 30 times a game, but you got to be you got to be proficient enough to kind of keep teams honest, man. That was their biggest downfall in the playoffs game against Lakewood, not being able to complete any passes, and Lakewood was just able to pin their ears back and try to kind of really commit to the run. That's gonna be North Duplin's biggest thing, and they got some other question marks that I can't really discuss right now at this point in time, but yeah, they're gonna like I said, they're gonna go as far as Corell Phillips legs can carry them, man. But appreciate the question, man. Um, Definitely gonna be in contention for another conference championship. That Carolina, that it's still the same Carolina, basically the same Carolina 1A conference. So it's going to be 2A next this upcoming season. But I still got North Duplin and Lakewood as my top two teams in that conference. Like I said, man, Levi George, appreciate the question, man. I know I know Coach was at practice with his dog. Let me see if he good. Coach, you good now?
Yeah, you here?
All right, man. I didn't know if you were. I had cut it back on. I didn't know if you was still busy, but
Yeah, my camera's tripping, so it's really
oh,
working.
nah, it's all good.
Yeah, I was talking about it ago when you were talking about East Duplin and Wallace, and I don't know if I would have scheduled those games at the first of the year because you don't know who is who. You know, I don't know.
Well,
It's
let me pull it back up.
I mean, I would have put maybe East Columbus up there at that first game because what if you get what if either team all right either team loses that game, you know what I mean, and that's a rival. So I'm looking at this like, okay, we can't use this as a measuring stick because we know they're both teams are going to be really good throughout the year. I mean, we know that because they both have a good skill players. Wallace has Lamb and Carr coming back. Jordan Scarlett's on the line still. You know, Wallace is still going to be good. They might not be as big as they were last year, but they're definitely going to have speed. Um, if Holly airs it out with Branson Norris, who stays healthy, and the work that we've seen him put in the off season, um, I you really can't use this for a measuring stick for the rest of the year. To me, with it being such an early game of a rivalry game at that, um, I'm
Well,
not
my
saying
oh,
I'm not saying it was a bad idea. I'm just saying, I probably would have pushed them back down and I probably would have put Kinston if you wanted to play somebody hard because Kinston will get you ready for East Duplin. With that dynamic duo they got at quarterback and Copper at wide receiver. So, um, but that's definitely a tough schedule. I mean, it's not as tough as they're used to, but it's definitely. I mean, there's teams up there that's still. I mean, Midway's still gonna make some noise this year. They still got Big John Williams coming back, right?
oh
And
yeah,
and Blue, right?
oh yeah, and
Tank.
Nate Miles, Tank graduated. Tank's
Oh, Tank graduate.
graduating.
Okay,
And but they got some speed though. Nate Miles, he's gonna be a one to watch. Wesley too.
right.
Holland, the tight end, he's gonna be back. So uh, yeah, they definitely got some guys coming back. I was gonna say, man, my thinking as far as East Dublin being game one. Well, number one, they want to play them in non-conference play because you're not gonna get a chance. They're not in the same conference anymore, and
Oh,
they
okay,
want to
okay,
keep
okay.
that. They want to keep that. You want to keep that. You want to play your rivals, though. They want to keep that rivalry game. Just like if James Keenan and them had got separated, they're gonna play James Keenan. They're not gonna not play that game. You know what I'm saying? That's too big not to play. But my thinking is, Coach Moxler, he's not concerned as far as because they're used to it. Like we talked about, man, Wallace always in the non-conference schedule always has some really tough games. Like I said, in years past, they played Havelock, they played Hoggard, they played Wake Forest. I think one year they played Leesville Road. I mean, so Monson, he knows he likes to get them. He likes to get them tested and tested early. And plus, some people's thinking, not me necessarily, but some people's thinking is, the conference isn't as competitive, and
Hmm.
not like I said, it's not as competitive as they're used to playing in. So my thinking is, get some really good games in the non-conference game and the non-conference schedule.
Well,
Then of course,
you know Princeton,
Princeton Midway, are going to be solid. Uh,
Rosewood is hit or
Rosewood's gonna be
miss.
solid. but I still see that as just it's James Keenan and Wallace's conference to lose.
Oh,
But like I
absolutely.
said, they will get a they'll get a little push, but it's definitely not the strongest conference. But yeah, definitely it's gonna be some solid games. But I think that's what the thinking was as far as their non-conference schedule. I mean, like I said, hopefully, like I said, with East Duplin, Kinston, and hopefully a resurgent Clinton team, that's three tough games right out the bat. So
And
they're definitely gonna know what type of team they have. Early on.
look, Clinton is going to. You heard it here first. It is what, April?
Yep.
It's April. It's April 24th. You heard it here first. Clinton is going to surprise everybody this year. With that JV, the JV players that are moving up, you combine that with Jaden and the rest of the guys that came back, that knows what it feels like to have a season like that. I can promise you, it will not be the same this year.
Hey, I like to hear that. That's what I like to hear.
That's my prediction. Clinton's only going to lose 3 to 4 games this year, tops,
Well,
tops. You got their schedule?
yeah. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up.
Yeah, pull that schedule up real quick. I can tell you who they're gonna lose to, but that's my prediction. I see them doing a whole 180, not a 360. Because if you do a 360, you're just going back the way you were. But they're definitely gonna do a 180 this year.
Give me 1 second. I'll pull that.
What's up, Ryan?
Well, dang, I had this schedule up here. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Yep. Oh, there you go. Boom.
My camera not working? Heck no.
No, no, you good, man.
It's froze on my end. That's why I was just like, I can't.
Hey, shout out to Chris Carr over on Instagram. Yes, sir. Hey, look, man, Clinton. As soon as the schedule pops up, Clinton versus Lakewood, week one, first time since 1982 that they played in a regular season game. We're not talking
That
about jamboree. We're not talking about scrimmage. I'm talking about real regular season games. So that's gonna
that's
be a
gonna
really big that's gonna be a big game.
and I say this that's gonna be Clinton's first loss of the season right there. Um, it also could be Lakewood's first loss of the season. Uh, Seeing that they lost a integral part of the program that came in and absolutely did a 180 with them. Coach Hope came in and set standards, and he got them boys to run through brick walls for him. So with him up and taking that college job, and they still don't know who the coach is yet, or which we as far as we know, they don't have a head coach yet. So um,
I
they
think they
do
have a
have,
I I think they have an idea.
but they do have key people coming back in, people like Chris Carr. No, Chris Carr is going to Methodist. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Calvin
Congratulations on.
Lace Calvin Lacewell is gonna be back. Devin Jones, Deshaun Carr, Aiden Blackwell, Reed Ammons.
And they
Um,
got that kid,
uh,
that fast kid that's coming up from JV as well. I can't
yeah,
remember
so
his
they got
name,
they got a they definitely got a good group coming back. Having some technical difficulties getting this schedule up here.
but I really see that game going either way, depending on how each one of them prepare. But that's gonna be a good game. If you're around Sampson County, come to the
Yes.
Union game. Come to the Union game first, of course. Come spend all your money at the Union game, and then But nah, I'm just playing. But if you're a Dark Horse fan, you definitely want to get out and go check that game out. That's definitely a measuring stick just off athletes alone. There's a lot of athletes on both sides of the ball. It's gonna be a really good game. Um, I look for big things out of both those programs this year. Lakewood being a Sampson County team and Clinton being a Sampson County team. I hope they both do really well throughout the season. So Yeah, I see it. Just like I said, based off athletes alone, it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, it's no, it don't want to do right with me. But I can pull up the schedule and we can I can read it off for you. I don't know why they don't want to. They don't want me to add it right now. Let me pull up the schedule.
I just think Clinton's going to have that good mixture of older players and younger players. That
Hmm.
is, that's a chemistry. If you have the right leadership with them older players, if you become the voice of the team, and you really dig in, and it comes to a point where the players are running the program, to a standard of winning, and it makes it easier on the coach. And me and Coach Oates talk about it all the time. Down in Florida, when he was down in Florida, it had got to that. His program was pretty much running itself. He felt like you know, I don't want to say useless, but he kind of felt like, you know,
Hmm.
like what am I supposed to do? Like all my players know what I expect, and that's the culture that you want to bring. And Clinton can do that because they have a great player in Jaden Williams that can be the voice of that team. So, and the good mixture and the young players, like Clinton's JV was really good this year. Them guys mixed with them older guys, and they
Oh yeah,
come in and Jaden just set that tone for them younger guys, man. That's chemistry for a winning program. So, um,
yes, yes, sir.
I know
Um,
last year was hard, but
oh yeah,
I definitely see something big out of Clinton this year. A big turnaround.
oh yeah, yeah. Like you talked about, man. I feel it too, man. I see a change in the atmosphere as far as Clinton goes. Like you said, you got a lot of good, some great talent coming up, some great talent coming back. Only graduated five seniors, so the
Whew.
majority of their teams coming back. Like I said, you got guys like you said. You talked about the JV, man. So you got guys like G5, Gavin Miller coming up. You got some really good guys coming from that middle school team, man. Middle school had an outstanding season, so the next 2 to 3 years, man, I feel like it's back to business as usual as far as playing Darkwood football goes. Like I said, last year was rough, but I mean, uh, they said
Everybody,
that's something good to learn from, and keep it moving. Uh, let's see here. Pull up the schedule real quick.
and then that quarterback, they brought in that tall quarterback. His name's Bass, right? Henry Bass. Is
Henry
that his name?
Bass.
Henry
Henry
Bass.
Bass.
The guy he was at wide receiver when they played Wallace, and then they made that switch, and then
Yeah,
you see this.
once they figured out the quarterback position, and I feel like that kind of really helped them establish an offensive identity, and it looked a whole lot. It looked a whole lot better, man. Once they got that that made that change, man. But shout out to Henry Bass. He's doing his thing on the baseball field right now too,
Dude was like six
or
five. He's like my
baseball
height.
diamond. Real quick. I'm real. I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but hey, man, I didn't realize baseball people were so serious about the terminology, man. Hey, I made a post about that Southeast Raleigh Smithfield Selma softball game where the final score was like 58-42. It was like a record for the number of runs scored or whatever in a game. And I was, making a little post, and I accidentally put points instead of runs. And
Bruh.
man, like I got so many comments. And this nothing. When you about to comment on a post, do you read other comments before you comment just to make sure you're not saying the same thing?
I mean, it depends on and what context I'm gonna use to correct the person. But you know, let me tell you something
Man,
about like Pender County, bro. Is so big on softball and baseball. Let me tell you something. Even in the Lord T-ball. There's there's grown men out there cussing out umpires, throwing their hats down, and kicking dirt. So when I tell you it's serious, baseball and softball is serious, you got grown men, coaches, out here throwing hissy fits in the dugout, like wanting to fight each other after the game, all types of stuff. And that's anywhere. Elizabethtown. Elizabethtown got some of the best. Uh, Elizabethtown got some of the best youth baseball. I mean, I think they go to Little League World Series all the time. Like a bunch of them kids. So when I tell you it's serious down here in the southeast of North Carolina and baseball and softball, bro, you can't say one wrong thing because every every baseball mom and dad in their little fold out chairs will correct you at one time.
But my biggest thing is, all right, I messed up on the caption. I put points instead of runs.
Oh.
And I had like 30 comments saying the same damn thing. I like, all right, after the first five, I got it. That's why I asked. I like, do you when you about to comment on something, do you read to see if other people are saying the same thing? Because apparently on Instagram, nobody reads. I got this man. It got to the point where I was like, man, I just delete the post, man.
Uh,
I just deleted it. I was like, man, forget it, because I was,
the,
I was tired of hearing. But look, so I got y'all, man. Runs, not points. I got you. Hey, look, for me, man, if it's on the scoreboard, it's a point. But that's just me. But they take that serious. Yeah, look. Ryan know what I'm talking about.
vultures. Vultures. Nah, but this is scheduled that we talked about
I,
once that we
yeah. I
released.
finally got it up.
Okay, so I'm about to make some people mad at me, but it's okay. Everybody's always mad at B. I get fired from Union like at least twice a day by by the assistant athletic director, Miss Dobbin. Shout out Miss Dobbin. But Lakewood, that's my toss up game. Midway is back to business as usual. Clinton stuns them. Wallace Rose Hill, that's gonna be their other loss. Um East Bladen lost a lot this year, but they also have a lot coming up. And I've seen one of their linemen. One of their linemen is like four Jadens in one,
Oh damn.
and that's not even an exaggeration. Me and Coach Oates seen Coach Priest at Melvin's in Elizabethtown on the way to a basketball game, and that kid he looks like an NFL player already. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm sorry if I
Oh.
let that cat out the bag, but that's a toss up game. Wyattville lost a lot, but hey, uh Coach over in Wyattville made me eat my words last time. I'm
Yeah,
never
you better be careful. Yeah, you better be careful.
bro. I will never
Yeah, he coming to
count
find
the
you wherever you
bro.
at. He coming to find you.
Yup, he's gonna find me and make sure I eat my words. Pender, that's a dub. South and North they'll beat them. East Duplin, East Duplin. That's their other loss. Then they sweep the board. So they have two toss
I
ups.
can see that. I can see that though. I can see that.
Cause Trash, let me tell you about Trash. They they're not happy about the football coach that they chose, from what I'm hearing. So that's that. And Southwest Onzo still is not there yet. They're kind of in a predicament of rebuilding the whole culture there as well. Because a few years after Kendrick Burney left, that's when everything went downhill, the culture and everything. So um they they beat Trash and Southwest Onzo, but their three L's will come to Wallace, East Blade, and East Duplin. Lakewood is a toss up, and Whiteville is a toss up because I don't, like I said, I'm never gonna count the Wolfpack out ever again. And Lakewood, that's just gonna that's gonna come down who has the ball last, pretty much to me. It may be an overtime game with the athletes that's out there, but that's no slight to Clinton. That's a big turnaround for y'all.
I don't know.
So
Like I said, I feel you. I definitely can see that. After last year, 6-4 or 7-3 season would not be bad. I
right,
would.
you feel
I'll
me?
take it.
You
I'll
feel
take
me?
it.
I
I'll
mean,
take it because look, because look, last year was rough, man. Last year was rough. But one thing, and I think I talked about it with y'all before in the group chat. If you look at the new with Clinton 4A now, if you look at the new 4A East, it's not it's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? And
it's really not.
I feel like because a lot of the stronger traditionally stronger teams are they went down to 3A. That's Wallace, James Keenan, Northeastern, Whiteville, all those schools are 3A. I'm looking at the 4A and I'm like, man, it's kind of wide open.
Yeah,
So like I said, for Clinton, it's the perfect time to get right, man, because yeah, you still have to contend with East Dukeland in the 4A East and in the conference, but I mean, I feel like that thing's wide open, man. So you could take a 7-3 Clinton team, 6-4, 7-3 Clinton team, and if you might be able to make a run. Like I said, all you got. I mean, like I said, I'm looking at that 4A East. I see East Dukeland kind of standing out. I think West Craven might have a. They got DJ Davis, West Craven, he the real deal. Um,
right.
West Craven. Southwest edge comes kind of up and down. You'll never know kind of that every team in that Eastern Plains conference from last season. You kind of don't know what they're always kind of they can either be really good or really bad or somewhere in between. So it's kind of hard to really pinpoint how they're going to be. But I'm just looking at that 4A East and I'm like, man, I feel like it's kind of wide open.
Right.
So hey, for y'all Clinton Dark Horse fans, man, I feel like we in this next couple years, man, we can make a run. So
But
unfortunately,
you
we
heard it here
can't.
first. You heard it here first. 7-4. Telling you. And look, that's no slight to Clinton at all. That
Oh
that
no,
is
because like I said, if you're looking at the teams that you like say, while if you lose, if you go looking at the schedule, if you lose to Lakewood, Wallace Rose Hill, and East Duplin, those aren't bad losses. That's those are bad losses. Trust me. Those are
ex-
all three of those teams can make deep runs in their respective classifications.
exactly. Exactly. That's why I picked the when you posted that schedule in our text chat, and I was like, dang, that's kind of brutal. But then I went back and looked, I was like, this is actually doable with the players they have coming up from JV. But they do have some playmakers coming up from JV with only graduating 5 seniors. They
Oh yeah.
can they now that 7-4 can easily be,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
could it could jump to 8-2. It could jump now. You just don't like I said, it's April, so everything's an educated guess at this point in time. Until you see it on the field. But like I said, man, I wouldn't sleep on the dark horses, man. They like I said, we got a lot of talent returning. And I
right.
feel like it's some kids that could that's gonna make a jump. Like just like some other schools, we were breaking in a new coach, Johnny Boy came. He got there a little late. This is his first time with that staff actually having a whole off season with the kids. And I've been seeing the videos. I've been seeing the work these guys been putting in. I feel like it's gonna pay dividends on the field. And like I said, now you got that newness out the way, and you got a little bit more. You got a little bit more. You know them a little bit better. So like I said, once we established, we found our identity. It looked a whole lot better. So, and that they didn't really figure it out till about past the midway point of the season last year. So now, you had that entire off season to get it right, tweak things here and there,
That's what I'm saying, man.
and now
They
I
go
think they'll hit. I
surprise.
think they'll hit the. I think they'll hit the ground running. And like I said, they get tested early, man. It's not up here, but also in the Stafford County Jamboree this year, we're taking on James Keenan. So I mean, you got right there those first 2 weeks, man. You're gonna find out a lot about what you have, and what you need to, improve on. And yeah, man,
And
like
you
I said, I'm excited, man.
and Union will be at the Clinton Jamboree this year.
Oh yeah.
We will be facing off Western Harnett, right?
I don't have the the whole jamboree schedule. I just got who we were playing.
I think it's a Harnett team, or it starts with an H. Yeah, Ryan. Coach Price does come with receipts, and he will find you and make
That's
you
what I
eat your
said, man.
words.
Shout out Coach JP Price, man. Hey, well, look, that's
Bro,
good to know. That's good to know because we got some coaches listening in, man. So I definitely appreciate anybody. Appreciate the support. Um, real quick, man. Like I said, man, anybody listening in, man, appreciate y'all listening in. Please feel free to comment. Any questions, anything you want, anything you hear us talking about, you got something to say, feel free. Definitely once football season gets hopefully getting into the summer, we'll start to get back to doing our weekly schedules. Man, like we talked about 2 weeks ago, man, life's been life and uh everybody's kind of got a lot of stuff going on, man. So we really haven't been able to do these shows like we want to. But hopefully, once football season starts to get a little bit closer, we'll be able to kind of get back to doing it like we was last season. 'Cause I know I get a lot of messages, people ask me about it. So we're trying to get back a little bit more consistent, man. Like I said, just you know, it's life, man. Everyone out there knows about it, man. Everybody's going through it, so I mean, everybody's got responsibilities and things they need to handle. So, but like I said, man, we're gonna get back to it because I love it, man. I love it. Um, Once again, man. Any comments, questions, please feel free. Um, I also want to put this out there, man. I got a message from a parent. Look, anytime you got a student athlete doing some big things and you want them to get recognized, please feel free to message me. I do not mean to overlook anyone. I try my best to try to stay on top of everything. But sometimes I miss things. Like I said, man, I'm human, man. I'm burning the candle on both ends right now. But man, shoot me a message. I have no problem putting something together real quick and recognizing them, man. Um, Shout out to everyone who liked the cartoons, man. I had fun doing those. It looks like y'all really enjoyed, especially the ones with the coaches.
bro. Y'all did me wrong. Y'all did me wrong. I look like Doug.
Hey, yo, I gotta post that one. I didn't even post that one, man. Hey, I didn't do you wrong. Chat GBT.
Bruh. I look like grown up Doug.
But yeah, I just wanted to kind of tap into that before it became before it got too old. I mean, if y'all want to see more, man, just let me know in the comments. I might make a couple more for y'all. But yeah, I definitely had a lot of fun doing that. It was especially some of them coach ones, man. I know I got a couple messages about them. But yeah, had a lot of fun doing that. But that's the type of stuff we like to do here, man. We like to anything to draw attention to all these great programs and these coaches and these kids, man. That's what we here for.
Oh,
Uh,
also, hey, players. Before the season start, we would like your coaches, to come on each week leading up to the season. Just give us a preseason, you know, thoughts and everything like that. So if you want to see your coach on the podcast, man, just drop a bug in his ear, and let us know, or tell him to contact us or whatever, man. We definitely love having coaches up here.
oh yeah, hey, it's nothing better than hearing it from the mouth of the coach himself, man. But I had a couple guys already reach out, and we got some stuff in the works for this summer. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that, man. We're gonna have to put a APV, have to put a bolo out for BB, man. I was hoping or Magic, man. We're Magic. Shout out to Magic, the Midway Magic, man. It's not the same without him. You
Mm.
come on back, join us for a show, man. But had some stuff some news announcement we want to drop tonight. Hopefully by the time So looking at winding down soon. Hopefully, it'll get up here soon. We got the NFL draft about to kick off. Uh, like I said, man,
Panthers
I
better
don't
go
think
defense.
Jalen Walker, Salisbury, man. How cool is that, man? Like I don't know. Like I said, I've been following prep sports for a long time, man. And I remember watching that kid in the state championship game against Shelby a couple years ago, and now here he is on draft night, possibly getting drafted to a team right down the road from his hometown, man. That's got to be a surreal feeling, man. So shout out to Jalen Walker, Salisbury, North Carolina.
They
Hopefully,
got the
hopefully he'll be a Carolina Panther later on this evening.
they got the Raiders taking them at
Oh,
6.
oh, do they? Oh man,
Yeah.
the ones every single one I kept on seeing, they kept on showing the Raiders taking Genty, the running back out of Boise State.
What's up, Weeks?
What's going on? Appreciate you joining us. Let me see, yeah, but outside them first, man, outside the first two picks, I believe I think it's a toss up, man. You don't know what these teams gonna do. It's always like that on draft night. These analysts come out all for the last 2 months talking about, well, this person's gonna get drafted here, this person's gonna drafted here, and then it comes draft night and it's something totally different. One thing I would love to see, man, I want to see a Hail Mary, man. I want to see us put together a couple a trade package, move up number two, and get Travis Hunter. That's what I want to see. Travis Hunter in Green Bay. Man,
Yeah,
them man, them 12 jerseys sell out so quick, boy. Hey, look, I'll be on Amazon 2 nights.
but you got to think. Travis Hunter done said whatever team he go to, he
Uh-huh.
want to play. He want to play both sides of the ball. You know what I mean?
You feel like you feel like it's unrealistic. I feel like he should focus
No,
on D. I feel like he should focus on defense. And if he wants to, they want to insert him in a couple of packages on offense. Yeah, then that would work. But I feel like you can't play full go on offense and defense like that,
not in the
and
NFL.
you can't go half ass on defense. Like somebody brought up a really good point because it's easier to, like I said, to throw somebody out there in some special packages on offense opposed to go out there and play defense real quick, like. And this, you coach defense, man. You got different types of packages and calls, and you got to be in those meetings, really studying up. You can't just you can't half ass defense, man.
No. Well, this year these guys know that. I mean, Coach Davison that came over from Lakewood. Coached over at Lakewood for so long, man. Me and him talk great defensive mind, man, and I've been soaking up everything he's taught. Teaching like a sponge, and um, yeah, you really like this year. First thing we
Hmm.
told our guys, nobody has a starting position on defense. Nobody. Everybody will earn every minute of playing time on that side of the ball because if you're not coming to play D this year, you will not play. That's just as simple as that. You know what I mean? Our job as coaches is to put the best 11 players to give
On the
us a chance
field.
to win. Yeah, on the field to win. And that'll rub some parents the wrong way, but until you become a coach and until you try to build a program, you you will that until then you'll never understand what has to be done to win a game.
Oh yeah.
And that's what it takes. And I mean, this year, I mean, Union is approaching things a lot differently. Coach Oates is very excited. He's motivated. You know, we got a bunch of more young guys. We got some additions that came over. And I just, I just want everybody to hear it here first on social media. And I mean, our guys already know, but Union's coming to play this year. I mean, it's simple as that. I mean, I know last year people said, "Oh, they were young, they were freshmen, they never gave up." Well, I can tell you, we're coming to play.
That's
So
what I
if
like
you
to hear.
sleep, so if you sleeping, they sleep. It's not gonna end well. And that's not talking junk. That's just confidence. And I know what my guys. I know the work my guys have put in this, this off season and continuing to work. When you got players texting you at nighttime, 11 o'clock at night, hey coach, I really want to get better. Is there anything else I could possibly do? That's when things are starting to, people, kids are starting to buy into what you're telling them and trying to get them to do so. Shout out to all these young guys that are sophomores now and they really buying in, you know what I mean? So
Oh
that
yeah,
that's 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 all I'm gonna give you on Union for right now. That's it. That's it.
well, look, that's what you like. That's what you like. That's what you like to hear, man. Because like I said, I'm gonna go back to a post I made last night. It's about building that culture, man, and that's that type of expectation and the type of drive. When that culture gets built up like that, that's when them players buy in, and winning and performing becomes an expectation. That's when a program takes a different. That's when you go from just being a middle of the road okay team to being a great team to being an elite team. And I talk about that because I made that post about Tarboro, man, and like that right there, that's just a football culture, man. Those kids, in that area, is in their blood. That's bred into them, man. They come in there with expectations, with you come, I don't think you step on that field, without
It's
knowing, without putting in that work, that culture that they build out there. It's ridiculous, man. They have an opportunity this year to break a record for the most consecutive appearances in the state championship game. Right now, they're tied with Charlotte Independence for 8. And everybody knows about those great Charlotte Independent teams back in the early 2000s.
ooh, do
But
we?
but for the last damn near a decade, Tarboro's been right there in the state championship game, man. That's crazy, man. We talk about, imagine going to the state championship game for almost a 10 years straight.
But
That's what we.
see,
That's what you're talking about, man. And you don't do that without having that culture. That's a football
that's
culture out there, man.
that's and see that and see what people fail to realize. That's not just the players and coaches. That's
That's the
down to the
community.
that's the
That's the
community. That's
community,
the
man. That's the
parents.
parents. That's the
So,
pastor at the church. That's the
right.
bagger at the grocery store.
Thank
Like
you.
that is a like man, the guys from Grant Brian talk about it all the time, man. As soon as you hit the outskirts of the town, purple and gold, that's all you see.
Yes, sir.
And on Friday night, man, look, it's like that scene from Friday Night Lights, man. Close early, gone to the game.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a culture, man. When you got it like that, when the whole community buys into it, man, that's what
And
you get.
they got to uplift these players. I mean, Union being from such a rural area, it's hard to get that. But
Hmm.
places like Harrells, Garland, Idaho, if you see any of the kids from Union and you know they play football, don't be in their ear talking about, oh, go to Harrells because you'll get a better education. That's horse crap. Harrells can't offer nobody nothing. They can't offer nothing that nobody else can offer you. Yes, a private education, but explain a private education. What, you gonna get seen better? No, you're not gonna get seen just because you go to Harrell's. And this is social. I mean, we talked about this last year. This is a
Hmm.
social media age. If you're good, you can go to trash can high school, but if you're good, you're gonna get seen, regardless of where you go. So I say that to say this: if you see a Union Spartan football player in anywhere, and you're from those areas of where these children go to Union, uplift them young men because they are actually out there putting in the work in the off season, the spring. I mean, these guys got weightlifting during school, then they weightlift after school. you know, these guys are really putting in the work. So instead
Hmm.
of trying to tear them down, oh, Union sucks, da 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 da, get up off your tail and come off for a hand. Come to the practices. See why. Come see why Union's been Union the past few years, and instead of downing them, because not only are you downing the program, you're making the program look even worse by talking down on it.
Oh yeah.
What player you know that goes to a school and every time you see him, oh, Union sucks, da 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 da, but you don't have not one clue of what we are doing on the inside of the inside of them walls trying to help these guys get better. Until you're in there and you're actually out there helping, pay your $8 and support. Enjoy some concessions, pay your $8 and come enjoy your niece and nephew, cousin, brother, sister, whoever is on the
Facts.
team because you sitting there down in the program because it's been down for a little bit. Okay, it's going to continue to stay down as long as you keep demoralizing the child because they can't get out there and win a game,
Yeah. Yeah. Facts.
or telling them to go to a different school. Because let me tell you something about kids going to a different school. Some kids that go to certain schools and they transfer to another school, they not going to be that guy at that better school. We had our we had a guy transfer out. I'm not saying no names, and he moved to the Greensboro area. You think he's gonna be able to play football in Greensboro coming from a small 1A conference? I'm not saying he couldn't, but it's gonna be very hard to get on a from starting position to even playing time. You see what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying.
I'm not saying he's not able to because he's a good, really good kid. If he get in there and work hard, he can earn that spot. And that's all fine and dandy. But what I'm saying is people that are out here, with this rhetoric of, oh, you need to go here, you need to go there, do this, do that. We have some loyal kids at Union. We have kids coming back from Harrell's. I mean, that should tell you something. To me, I mean, all I'm saying is stop with the false narratives of Union High School and start motivating our children out here, our kids, man. Because these young men work their tails off to go out there on Friday nights and give y'all something to cheer for. So if you're not going to cheer for them, don't say nothing to them at all.
Facts. And also, man, I guess we just live in that age where people want instant, instant results.
Instant.
And look, man, look, it's tough rebuilding. I mean, basically, you had to rebuild a program from scratch. You know, it it's not gonna it's not gonna flip overnight. You gotta be patient, man. Like I said, a lot of them kids are freshmen and sophomores. Like I said it last year, man. Give it 2 to 3 years,
Hmm.
and it's gonna be a total. You gonna see a shift. Like I said, you got the foundation laid. You got the right staff in place. Just
Bro, let me
just
tell
get
you.
as a fan. I know it's tough. Hey, no one likes losing.
No,
No one likes losing. Trust me. We all know
absolutely.
this. But like I said, you got to just look at all the variables, man. We talk about what a couple years ago. I mean, you couldn't field a football team, so that program had to get rebuilt basically from scratch. We talk about the different. I already see the difference just from a participation standpoint. I remember seeing them at Jamboree and
18. Eight,
basically maybe 18, 19 kids, like literally, like the possession would change, and you would see everybody from offense just switch to defense because there was no depth. To now, fast forward to this past season, you had what 41 kids. Coach O's had 41 kids out there. Man, you got the participation. Like I said, it's youth, man. I mean, you have freshmen and sophomore. You basically had a JV team playing against varsity teams every week. If and like Coach O said, if those teams took out, their seniors and juniors and put in their freshmen and see what a difference, even the playing field a little bit. But I say that to say this: just give it some time. It's
Yeah,
coming. It's
it's
coming.
coming.
You got you got the right staff in place. The kids are starting to buy in. They're coming. They're showing up. They're you got some talent out there. Trust me, you got some talent, man. We talked about a lot of them kids this past season. We're gonna be talking
Hmm.
about them again this year. You got some talent. You got some good kids coming up from the middle school. As a fan, yeah, I understand. Yes, just be patient, man. Be patient
Oh
because
yeah,
we
I'm
we have we
patient.
have the same conversation 2 years from now. Totally different tune. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I said, I
I,
understand that people want stuff like people think it's just gonna change overnight. It doesn't work like that, man. It doesn't work like that.
I got one more thing to say. Please, I urge y'all, if y'all want to know our off-season workout schedule when we're outside, inbox me. I will be more than happy. Please pull up. Please come and watch our practice. Please. Please come cheer them on at practice. Get them that extra motivation to know they're out there working hard for something. But
Yeah, and
instead of getting on social media and dogging us out, come cheer them on. And then for the ones who continue to dog us out, come help out. And don't make excuses about your job. I switched up my whole job to even come coach. I started working at 2:30 in the morning, getting off around 10 a.m., come home, take an hour nap, get up and go to football practice for 6 hours. Or I get out there early to talk to Coach Oates and everything, and then we go to practice. So an excuse is an excuse, but don't be out here slandering us and then be giving excuses when you put on the spot. That's all I'm saying. Because what you're not gonna do is down my kids. And
hey,
that's all
look.
I got to say about that.
Hey, real quick, man. The first picks in. Of course, I think everyone already knew this, but Tennessee Titans selected Cam Ward, quarterback from Miami. Like I said, these first two picks, I feel like is everybody kind of knew already. So you'll probably see Cleveland take Travis Hunter here at number two.
That's
But
tragic. God, that is so tragic. I
oh yeah,
hate, I hate, I hate that he has to go to, you know,
I mean Cleveland's just whew,
but
always it
maybe,
seems.
but maybe he can turn that defense
Yeah,
around.
hopefully. Well, I feel like defense is, in the past, defense hasn't really been that issue, man. It's just the inconsistency with the quarterback position
And
and
coach,
and coaching. Because if
jeez,
you look at the list, I think it's like since 2001. If you look at the list of starting quarterbacks and head coaches for Cleveland, it's like a ridiculous, man. But
I
but
think it's like 27 quarterbacks and like maybe 13 coaches, maybe 13,
man,
14 coaches.
it's something crazy, man. It
Ooh,
was I saw the list and I was like, oh, that's crazy. But I mean, just like in
oh,
any, just like in anything.
there's a trade.
Um, oh,
Jacksonville.
yep, Jacksonville.
That's a good.
Duval.
My man is
Oh,
going to Florida.
what? Well, no, he's from. Is he from Florida or he's from Georgia?
No, I'm saying he's going to Florida, like
Yeah, that's
Jacksonville.
what I meant. I was trying to see if that was where he was. I wanted. I didn't know if that's where he was from. I think he's from Georgia, though, ain't he?
I think so. I
But that's
think so.
I got to see what they traded. They gave up something to move up.
They gave up a lot of picks.
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
seen it.
but hey, shout
Jeez.
Jag. Hey, look, we we saved him. You just said it, man. Oh, I don't want to see him go to Cleveland.
Whew, thank
Well,
God.
he's going to Jacksonville, man. Him and Trevor Lawrence.
Now that's actually a good. That's a
I feel like it's
decent.
a good fit. I bet that's a better fit for him. I
Yeah,
just
because Trevor Lawrence is one of them quarterbacks that can, expand the play. So if they
mm-hmm.
do put him in on a package, I mean, they got a
Mm-hmm.
playmaker right there. So
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what's up. I like. Like I said, man, always some craziness in the draft night, man. Yeah, I wish it was us. I got to see how much they gave up though. I know they gave up,
They gave up like
but
4 picks.
real quick, man, you was talking about I know you had mentioned about a kid leaving for a bigger city or whatever. Real quick, how you feel about that Nico situation from Tennessee,
Um,
quarterback from Tennessee? I got
ha
some.
ha
Hey,
ha
look,
ha ha
look.
ha.
Any players out there listening? Any players listening? This is a look at Nico's situation. That's a classic example of having the wrong people around you giving you, in your ear. Because
Exactly.
I already know how that conversation went. Somebody
Yep.
was probably in his ear. Hey, bro, no, you need this. Is what you need to do. I know you
Go get
getting this
them.
right here, but you hold out and tell them you ain't gonna play, and then you gonna double that. Blah blah blah. Man, Tennessee wasn't with none of that. Tennessee like, oh, you want to hold out? Cool, deuces. And
Bro,
then all that stuff dropped. Now
we
you
talking.
tainted. You're tainted. I mean, because first of all, dude didn't really have like a stellar season anyway. I mean, you were making 2.5 million. Oh, hold on, real quick. They show what they traded for him.
My
Okay.
and,
Oh,
and,
dang.
and see my
But
thing with that. Yeah, I mean, bro,
no, you were making 2.5 million at Tennessee, being an average quarterback at that, because you weren't
like
you
that,
weren't going, you weren't balling like that. You know what I'm saying?
right?
But 2.5, that's pretty dang, that's pretty deep. And if you perform well, you're probably at an SEC school. You're probably going to increase that, right?
Right.
But like I said, wrong people in his ear, making them go hold out this, that, and third. Now you're tainted. Nobody else wants to deal with you. You're finally all right. You get on with UCLA.
A
Now
quarter.
you try to hold off. You try to hold out for 4 million. You ended up 1.5 at UCLA, but guess what? 1.5 million in UCLA in California with them state taxes. Yeah, you're not even
62,
you're not even
six
seeing a meal now, brother.
six
That
hundred
is that.
thousand.
So that is classic. Like any players out there, man, have the right people in your circle, have the right people around you, because Nico has some greedy, some greedy, ignorant jokers around him who try to talk him into, and he should just stay put, be happy making what he was making, and now look at you. But I mean, that's the bad part of the NIL. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Because look, I made a post about it, man. I have no issue with players getting paid to play college football, because these colleges and universities on a Saturday, they're making money. Trust me. Last year I looked it up. Last year in Alabama had it, and according to Alabama standards, last year was a down year. Would you agree? It was a pretty down
Absolutely.
year for them. They
Right.
still made like 150 million in revenue, and that's not counting alumni donations and this, that, and third. So it's probably even more than that. So the colleges are making money. So I have no problem with these guys getting paid, but when you do ignorant stuff like that, trying to hold out and be greedy and game the system and stuff like that, that's where I have an issue with it. And my biggest issue with college football today is the transfer. I don't like the transfer portal.
Yeah, they
I
need to put a.
think I think I think it needs to be a cap on it.
Yep.
Two, you get two. You get two. One during your undergrad years, and of course they always let grad seniors transfer or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, it needs to be two. Any more than that, nah, it's got to be. You got to have some type of emergency
Medical.
circumstance or something crazy should got to happen, because this is what some guys are doing. They're transferring. They're getting in the portal in the winter, going to a new school in spring for spring practice. Oh well, I don't. All of a sudden, something happens. I don't like it here. Now you're back in the portal in the summer. In the fall, you've been in three schools and not even a year. Like, that's ridiculous, man. That's where it's ridiculous. That's where I
They need
don't
to
like
do
it.
it. They need to do it for basketball as well.
Yeah,
I seen the other day a player has gone from his junior year of high school to now. He's played at 8 different schools.
Yeah, that's no, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, man. Like you don't even know, you don't like you know half the time you don't even know who the hell on your team, brother. Like it's
He, Dude can make a jersey blanket.
like for real, like it's that's ridiculous, man. Yeah, it needs to be some type of cap on it, man. Like I said, two times after that, it's got to be some type of crazy circumstance. You know what I'm saying? But that's
Well, see that
those are my biggest issues with college sports right now.
I agree with Dusty Weeks, man. He's like, man, they should have to sit a year like they used to. I mean, you
Yeah,
recruit a kid for yeah, you recruit a kid for 3 years and you might get one out of him. You done invested this money in him and then he boom, he gone.
hell, you might not even get one.
And this sitting out of bowl games, nah. I want players. I mean, you came here to win. You gonna win like Cam Ward. That right there shows me his
All right, now
his
now
commitment.
Cam Ward's issue is crazy, but all right, if you're projected in the first round, I'll give you that because the Jalen Smith injury is what kind of changed that whole deal. You know, Jalen Smith, linebacker, he played for Dallas a couple years. He was a Notre Dame linebacker, man. Supposed to be top five pick in the draft, maybe number one pick in the draft that upcoming year. I mean, totally destroyed his knee in the bowl game. At one point in time, they wasn't even sure he was going to be able to walk again. But of course, he ended up recovering. He had a decent career, but he was never really the same. So I understand situations like that's because that's what kind of started the whole trend of sitting out of what they say non college football playoff bowl games. But yeah, if you start the game, you need to finish it. Like
Right.
what Cam Ward did was ridiculous. Like, all right, if you start off, if you sit out, you sit out. But if
And then
you
what
play the first half and they're like, all right, cool, I'm good now. Like, huh? Hold on. Like, nah, bro. You need to finish the game, though.
I can't I can't watch my team lose like that, knowing I could get in and make a difference and perfectly healthy. You know what I mean? Like he sat there on the sideline with a grin on his face, watching his team
Yeah, he was
lose.
like, that's like, man, don't you want to play, man? We losing. Nah, y'all losing.
Yeah, yeah. Like I ain't gonna be here next year. Good luck. You know. Nah, see
Well,
that right there shows me his competitiveness. When things get rough or
hey,
something
look,
like that,
Travis hype, boy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be hyped too, cause I
Yeah,
ain't
he was
going to
like, man,
Cleveland.
yeah, hell yeah. You ain't got to worry about that cold weather.
Bruh.
Oh man, I ain't look, man. It's nothing like seeing these guys, man. I mean, this is a dream come true, man. Imagine you putting all that work in, finally get to this moment. That's. I mean, I'm happy for the dude, man. I know a lot of people hate on these guys, but I'm generally happy that the shit
Well,
wasn't given to him. It wasn't given to him. He worked for it, man.
me personally, I'll say this: if I had ever made it that far, I can promise you, I didn't give a damn who I got
Oh,
drafted by. You feel
for
me?
real. Real, just
I
hey,
don't
let me
care.
shoot, man. Let me walk across that stage. Yeah, that's big time. All right, so now the draft starts. Now the draft starts. Let's see who.
Yeah, ain't no telling who else going. Ain't no telling who gonna go now.
Yeah, for real, for real.
So New
But
York Giants.
uh, Giants. I feel like they probably taking old buddy. What's dude? Carter, Abdul Carter,
That's who
edge
I
from
want to,
Penn
bruh.
State. That's who you
That's
want.
who that's who I wanted the Panthers to get. Him
I
or
don't think he
Jalen
gonna last. I
Walker.
don't think he gonna last. They would have to trade up to get him. I don't think he gonna last
Yeah.
all the way to 8.
But I seen something where on Instagram the other day where the Panthers are looking to trade down and get 4 extra picks in this draft.
Well, I mean, that'll be good for them because they said there's a lot of holes to fill still. I wouldn't
I
be
wouldn't
mad.
mind.
Like I said, I wouldn't be mad if the Packers, trade down at the spot that we're at because, get a couple extra picks. Because I feel like if we were to take a Mecca at 23, it would be kind of a reach. So why not just, trade back a couple spots, get an extra pick or two, and then pick them at a more favorable spot. But
What do y'all need?
Man, we need wide receiver. We need cornerback because we don't know what the hell is gonna happen with Jair Alexander. We need pass rushers. Kenny Clark is like 34 years old. We, so it's we got a lot of holes too. That's why I said I wouldn't be mad if they traded back and got some extra picks.
I wonder what New York's going after, a receiver or
I feel like they're going. I feel like they're going. It's either going to be. I feel like
it's
they're
not gonna be.
going. I feel like they're going Carter. I feel like they're going Carter. If not, they're doing.
They got to go receiver because Neighbors can't do it by himself, man. I mean, they just brought in Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, two
Uh,
gunslingers. They need another weapon.
I don't know if they'll go receiver this early though.
I don't know. They
Uh,
happy in there. They already made their pick. It look like
for real. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Coach?
who that?
Oh, Kelvin Stevens.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, he said they going D line.
Yeah, I see. We
Yep,
got B. Oh, B was over. Or B over on Instagram commented. Yeah, he was talking. Yeah, transfer portal was crazy.
yep.
Yeah, he
A
said he
dual
don't know. He
partner.
don't. He said I don't. Oh, that's what they picked.
Oh
Hold
yeah.
up.
I guess my TV's ahead of yours a little bit.
Oh man.
That man got a
but,
Matrix thing on. That boy look like Neo.
but shout out B over on Instagram, man. We were trying to hold off a little while, see if he was gonna be able to come up here. He got something he want to talk to y'all about, but we may have to wait till next week because I got to start winding down, man. I got to start getting ready for work tonight.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
But man, anything else you want to say to the people before we close out?
Yeah, all that I talked about earlier, that's not just Union. That's all the Sampson County school football players in their communities, man.
Oh yeah,
Uplift and motivate these young men. I mean, you got so much stuff going on in the world right now. One wrong thing, whispered in their ear, and they out in the street. And the next thing you know, we reading about them in the newspaper on social media. You know what I mean?
oh yeah,
Um,
facts.
let's let's continue to bring light to them, and instead of trying to steer them the wrong way or trying to get them to do something that you wanted to do because you're no longer playing, or you know what I mean. Don't try to live your life through these young men. Let them make their choices and help motivate them and uplift them. That's how, and that's all the schools that we cover, not just Sampson County, Duke. No, everybody, man.
Yes sir, yes sir.
Uplift these kids, man.
Definitely facts, man. Real quick, I don't want to ignore the comment. I had saw it on Instagram. KM Visions. Yes, we do cover one South Carolina school, Marlboro County. And hopefully in the future, man, we'll hopefully expand, get a couple more. But for right now, yeah, I got some good people down there, some friends. So yeah, we do cover Marlboro County in South Carolina. But once again, man, appreciate everyone listening in. Please feel free like the video, share the video. Let's continue to shoot us those questions, those comments. Shout out your players. Continue to support your players, man. All these student athletes out here, not just in football, man. All these sports out here. Like I said, we spring sports gonna be wrapping up soon. So I'm gonna try to stay on top of that. Like I said, man, anytime y'all wanna, inform me about something, the inbox is open anytime. I work crazy hours a lot of times, so I'm a lot of time I'm up all night anyway. So man, anytime, man, just hit me up. I'll try to respond as soon as possible. But I appreciate all the support. Continue to follow us on all these social media platforms: Instagram, YouTube, Twitter/X, Facebook. Continue to, man, just share this video. We want to get many eyes and stuff on these kids as possible. Talking about these these big time these great kids, these great programs, these great coaches. Hopefully next Thursday we'll be back and we'll have some big news for you guys and some more updates. But until now, man, for Coach Brandon Mater, Chris Harris, signing off. Bus Sweet Sports Podcast.